Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Dall'Asta, and today we will talk about a beautiful lick by Wes Montgomery that we can use and rearrange in Gypsy Jazz style. This beautiful lick comes from Wes Montgomery's recording on Tune Up, and it's a great version that he recorded with an orchestra. And let's hear the lick first. Of course, it's in a very jazzy style, but this lick I find works really well in Gypsy Jazz music as well. So in this case, he's playing it in the key of D major, and let's use maybe a coquette to see how it sounds. So I'll show you the lick on the tune, then we'll examine it, see how it looks like, we'll learn how to play it, and then see how to move it to different keys, and then you can have fun playing it for your solos. But before we do that, it would be great if you want to support this channel. It would be a massive help if you hit the like and the subscribe button below. So let's see how this lick sounds. I will do a little jam on coquette, why not, it's in the key of D major as well. I will do a little jam on there and squeeze in the lick, and then we'll talk about it. Of course, the lick starts on an E minor 7 and then carries on over A7 and resolving on D. So it's quite easy to implement this lick because this lick starts on the 1 of E minor 7. So on a 2-5-1 in the key of D major, it will start on beat 1 of the E minor 7 chord. So that was it. Let's take a look. So it starts on fret 7 of string 2, and then he moves up to string 3, fret 4, and then actually the tricky thing about this lick is that it skips a string. So you will skip string 4 and move straight up to string 5 on fret 7, which by the way is actually a great exercise for your technique. As we know in Gypsy Jazz music, every time you change string, it has to be a downstroke. So this part is actually can be a bit challenging, but of course nothing that a bit of practice can't solve. But so we've got downstroke on the first note, and then move up a string and do another downstroke, and then skip a string and do our downstroke on fret 7 of string 5, which is great for your technique. If you have any doubts about the right hand technique for Gypsy Jazz guitar, I've made a couple of videos on that with a couple of great exercises to work on your right hand technique, and also these videos explain properly how the technique is played and how it properly works, so I recommend you to check it out. I post a link in the description below for these two videos, but also you can click on the link on the screen right now. So having said that, these are your first 3 notes. So that's for the E minor. So 7 on string 2, 4 on string 3, skip a string, 7, fret 7 on string 5, and then you go back down the same way. So from there, this is what we play. Which is great. We're playing an altered sound over the A7th. And it's fret 5 on string 1, and 6, and fret 5 again. 5, 6, 5 on string 1. You can see that on the tab as well. Then move up a string and play 8, 7, 6. Then from that 6, we move up a string again, fret 6 on string 3, and then string 8 on string, fret 8, excuse me, on string 4. So from the top. Of course, I always recommend you practice these things quite slowly, So you put a metronome at 40 BPM, which is usually the slowest a metronome can go. Let me show you an example here. Then how the lick continues is string 2, fret 5, then on string 3, fret 7, and then we've got this very bluesy sound, which we play by starting on fret 6 of string 2, and then playing it, and then very quickly sliding to fret 7. And then fret 5 on string 1. So from the top of the lick, from there, this is what happens. So we pluck once on string 2, fret 5, and then do a hammer on and a pull off straight away. So we play that 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, and then fret 7 on the string above. Then up a string again, fret 5, up a string again, fret 7, then down a string on string 4, fret 4, and then 7 on the same string. So the whole lick. And it works, as I said, on a major 251, in this case in the key of D. So it starts on beat 1 of the 2, which is E minor 7th or E minor. So also, when you learn a new lick, what I recommend is that you straight away try to see in what shape it fits, so that it's easier to change to different keys. For example, one thing I can use here is that I know it starts on an E minor, and I know my root for E minor is here on fret 7 string 5. And what I keep in mind is that my lick will start on the same fret but on string 2, which is also the 9th of the chord. So when I need to change it to a different key, for example, say I want to play this in the key of All of Me, which is C major, there's a 251 in the key of C major, which is D minor, G7 and C major. I have to move this lick so that it starts on D minor, and I know this is a D note on the 5th string, and the lick will start on the same fret, which is the 9th of the chord, on string 2. So all I have to do is move it to that. So another example on Coquette to show you again how this lick sounds. So I hope you enjoyed this lick. One more time I'll show you how you should practice it. And if you have doubts about the right hand picking, again I recommend you go check out the first lesson on right hand technique for Gypsy Jazz guitar. This is a lick, as I mentioned, that is more like in the bebop field, but I like to borrow ideas from the bebop music and move it to Gypsy Jazz, and this is one lick that works really well, in my opinion. So I recommend you practice this with a click, and like with everything, should be always practiced with a click. 40 BPM is really the best. you give your brain more time to develop muscle memory if you practice slowly. So then you can try it on different keys. Say in the key of E major, it will start on F sharp minor. And definitely try it on different songs. For example, you put on a different backing track. Let's try I Can't Give You Anything But Love. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. Please remember to subscribe to this channel for a new video every week about Gypsy Jazz lessons, but also some of my performances and covers and all that. And you can also support me on Patreon, where you can find exclusive behind the scenes content and download all of my albums. And also I'd like to invite you to have 2 free guitar lessons with me on the link above. On my Gypsy Jazz Guitar Makeover Coaching is a beautiful live designed course where we go through a different category of guitar playing every week, all in the Gypsy Jazz area, of course, that will keep your musicianship in balance and cover all the areas such as learn new standards, we do the theory, we learn scales and arpeggios and much more. And you can have 2 free lessons of that with no strings attached, so please check it out. That's also in the description below. And thank you again for watching this, and I'll see you next time.